Well, hey everybody, it's the 7th day of August 2025. I'm Jan Erickson, and this is As Above, So Below. I hope your week is going well. I finally have beans growing. They're not ready to pick though, so maybe next week. But that's exciting. My last cabbage, I don't know if I told you last time, my last cabbage that I picked was 8 pounds, 4 ounces. So that was pretty cool. Or not 8 pounds, 4 ounces, 8¼ pounds. So that wouldn't be 8 pounds, 4 ounces. It'd be 8 pounds, 8¼ pounds. That's what it was. So not 8 pounds, 4 ounces. Anyway. Well, we have Rado again today. We had that on Monday. Again, Rado is the 5th rune of the Elder Futhark, and you're talking about integration, generally speaking, either with other people, collaboration, think rider and horse, process over the goal, so how you integrate with other people. Mercury goes direct on Monday, thank goodness. So there may still be a little bit of shadow period for about a week where things might not be settled yet if you're having issues with Mercury retrograde in terms of communication and stuff like that. But things like Mercury retro can make that whole process of integration difficult for some people. Not everybody. Some people don't seem to be affected by it at all. But if we had it on Monday and we're having it again today, then those issues are still there. Where only this time, instead of collaboration, with other people, this could be the integration between soul and ego, essentially, or soul and personality. So basically, we're talking about rhythm and harmonious movement and all of that if it's something that's external, but this could refer to something internal. But let's just wait and see. Let's take a look at the Geomancy rune and see if that gives us any more indication as the direction Rado's going to go. But being the 5th rune, 5 is about change and protection, innovation, variety, freedom versus restriction. So let's see. We have Karser. Now, Karser is, considered one of the evil runes by geomancers of old. You've got its complement as conjunctio, which is union and joining. So that would be one thing that would be interesting to pair up with Rado. But Karser is about self-imprisonment. There it is. Looks like a little ampule or little cage. But it's not imprisonment by others. It's self-imprisonment where maybe you're held back by certain beliefs or perceptions, and you can't really get out of the bubble that you're living in. And so it's really just a choice. But you feel bound by something, and so consequently, you could feel like fate is controlling everything, but it's really not. It's really your own perceptions and your own choices that are going to keep you from possibly integrating with other people, with Rado here. Maybe on a soul level, you're if it's an internal type of integration, you just are captured by the ego, and you can't get away from the ego's choices. But you have to realize that that's you as well. It's not, if you give your soul away to the ego's perception of everything, and you don't understand that you give everything that you experience the meaning that it has, then you could be be held back by that type of egoic type of belief structure or perceptions. But again, it's still going to make it difficult to integrate with other people and collaborate with other people and live in harmony with other people. There seems to be such a divide right now, worse than ever. But I guarantee you it was put there by the the nefarious influences by outside forces that want to control this country, basically. And they've done it in a way by dividing and conquering, basically, is what they've done. And it's been a long-term project for them. Other foreign actors that have been doing this, and some may say it's the billionaire class that's doing it, the elite class that's doing it, to try to keep everybody at each other's throats. And so, you may feel like you're in this prison or this bubble that you can't get out of, and yet that it's like the truth is starting to break through. The reality of what it is starting to break through, and you understand that that this doesn't make any sense, to go to the lengths that people are going to try to divide us and keep the truth from everybody. So this could be on a societal level that this refers to, but let's take a look at the cards and see what they have to say. Well, this is interesting. We have a run on cups. We have the 4 and the 2. And we also have the Fool. Let's talk about the Fool first. The Fool is card 0. Unity consciousness, if you will, from the major arcana. You see the androgynous figure here. I just usually refer to the Fool as he, but we don't know yet. Until the Fool takes its leap into physical reality, we don't know what gender this entity is going to be, the soul is going to be. You see the light of spirit all around, the sun there representing the creator. You see the little white looks like a rose in his left hand, the rose of purity and love. You see his little satchel with taking with him, so there I go with him, with the soul taking with it whatever lessons it's already learned that it's going to apply to this new life. You see the dog at its side, and the Fool is the soul is looking toward heaven. His focus is on heaven and on spirit as it gets ready to take that leap off the cliff here into physical reality. And so the soul is still itself at this point. And eagerly taking its leap into what will be its new life here on this earth. And very positive type of a card. The Fool can be about undeveloped potential. It can be about essentially, I just tend to look at it as undeveloped potential. No expectations, no understanding of what it's about to embark upon. Just that trust in its higher power, that it has everything it needs to be able to be successful in learning whatever it is that it wants to learn and experience while here in form. Now, once you get here, we have a little, what I used to always call a pity party. You see a guy sitting on the ground. There's an oak tree behind him, but he's not leaning against it. He's sitting upright. His arms are crossed. His legs are crossed. Even it looks like his tunic is crossed here. His cover over his red shirt. You see a hand reaching out from the cloud like you do in the ace cards in the Rider-Waite. This time holding a chalice in offering. And you see 3 more chalices upright on the ground in front of him. Now, cups is about the water element. It reflects the water element. And so there's love and emotion and change and momentum and but basically it's about him becoming emotionally stuck in whatever upset he's in, whatever. And again, that could be the result of Carcer, where he cannot let go of his own emotions and his own perspective, and he can't see what's being offered to him here, and he can't see what he already has in front of him, that he can't even reach for it, to reach outside that bubble of perception, that bubble of emotion in his case, where he's very upset about something. He's looking toward the ground. He's not making eye contact with anything around him at all. Again, not even acknowledging the oak strength behind him from the oak tree. And here you see an oak tree. Other times you see oak trees, like in the Lovers, you see an oak tree there that's very spindly. Well, here, you see the beauty of the oak there with the leaves that are hanging down, and he can't see any of it. He can't see what he has. So 4 is about practicality and structure and foundation and grounding, but he's not very grounded. Perhaps only grounded into his own perceptions, and that's not going to work for him. He's not going to be able to integrate with other people in harmony with Rado, and he's going to stay stuck in that bubble that he's in. Now, excuse me. If you then look at the Fool after that and say, well, he's going to trust the process now, and he's going to actually, let's put the Fool at the end. Let's read it that way. But here something happens, and he's ready to reach across the aisle, essentially here. And you see the home in the background. You see the dual line here. So that's one place. Perhaps that's where the argument took place. And here they are. The couple's out away from all of that. And the man is initiating the healing process, initiating the harmony and love process here, and the reciprocity of feeling by taking a step toward the woman. And reaching his hand toward her as well. You see the winged lion up here. You see the caduceus. And so this is really a card. 2 is about balance and love and healing and reciprocity and give and take. But here I think that whatever's happened here, he's letting go of the perceptions that were holding him back, and now he's ready to make amends with his love, with his wife or partner or friend or whoever this woman represents here in the card for you today. But that's basically what's happening. You see wreaths on the top of their heads here, like little headbands around their heads, and so there's a sense of victory here. There's a sense of success that whatever happened has been resolved, and now they can move toward one another in love and harmony and peace and healing that was perhaps governing what's happening here. Then if we look at the Fool, both parties, but we'll just say the man is ready to take his leap into a new life with this woman. Perhaps maybe whatever issues that were holding them back have now been resolved, and they can move forward together in a new direction with no expectations and trusting the process, and with complete undeveloped potential for their relationship, right? So again, what has to happen though is they've got to let go of whatever perceptions. A lot of the stuff that we tell ourselves, it just isn't true. Or we hear something and we kind of react to it and we think, oh, so that's what's going on. And we adopt that belief for ourselves without even knowing if it's nonsense or if it's the absolute truth. There's a lot of stuff going on, where people want to control the narrative now. And the majority of it is lies. It's just absolute lies. And yet people, it fits whatever they need to believe about a situation or about a person or whatever. And so the problem though is that you can't see any truth, any emotional truth that's being offered. That's for certain. And you certainly can't come back together with people that you've separated from with healing and love and reciprocity and a different set of beliefs, essentially, that are a different level of emotional security, if you will. So I think as long as you stay within that bubble, and especially, if the bubble's starting to crack a little bit and light's coming in and the truth is coming in, and in your heart that it is the truth, it's very important at this time, I think, to let go of perceptions that probably don't have any basis in reality, and or at least drop resistance to all of it. Even if you don't make a decision about what's true or not, come to a neutral place. And I mean, in a sense, that's what the couple is doing here. They're away from their home and they come to a neutral place to try to extend love and unity and harmony between one another, and to let go of whatever anger or fear or doubt that they had about one another and about the relationship, and let that healing take place. Consider the possibility that the stuff you're hearing from maybe people that you have trusted in the past is just serving their own agenda, and it's just not true. And the anger you might feel toward others, or toward a small group of people, or a big group of people, or just one other person, maybe is not founded in truth. Okay. And even if you just go to a neutral place, and even if you're not yet ready to commit to what the truth actually is, when you figure it out, right? It's just important to, let go of the bubble that you're in, and the emotional security that you find there, because it's false. It's a fallacy. It's an illusion, and you need to decide how you see things and what meaning you give it. And again, sometimes it makes sense just to stay neutral about things for a while, and hear the other side of something that maybe you've been reluctant to hear before. And so see, then, after you have a chance to weigh things out. The two is also about weighing a situation out. You look at the two of swords, and she's got the woman sitting on a bench blindfolded with her back against the ocean. She's got a sword in each hand, and her arms are crossed, and so she's trying to find some kind of balance there, balanced perspective about something, to make a balanced decision, to where it's not, she's kind of the neutral point when she's weighing things out. Well, the same could be said here in terms of the ground they're standing on. So maybe the one path out of the carcer hold that the ego has on you, maybe the thing to do is just to stay neutral, and watch the boundaries that you've set for yourself about how you see things. Watch those soften a bit, and maybe not be so sure, about, the person who lives next door to you, or the person of color that lives on the block that you've decided, no, I don't want to know that person. Well, why not? Who knows? Maybe they become your best friend. You're missing something, it is what I'm saying. And so these weird perceptions that people have, mostly bound up in the isms of life, and I mean, carcer may reflect the isms of life, really. If you're talking about it being more of an evil card than anything, or evil rune than anything, it's very isolating to do that, to live that way, and it's an isolation, again, of your own making. It is one that you have decided, that you've given the meaning, in other words, that you want to give to a certain person or situation, and maybe you're mistaken. Maybe it's holding you back from expressing love and healing and balance with other people, to integrate in harmony and love with them, with Rado, and to, reject what is being offered, the love and peace and beauty that is being offered to you, that the relationships you could have with other people. When we see people being harmed in this country, that should make everybody rise up, and yet it's not. Some people, but not everybody. And some people of the not everybody side think that it's just fine and dandy to harm people. How did we get there? How did people get to that point? So if this reading is more societally based, then we have to take a hard look at what kinds of perceptions are we engaging in and choosing that are keeping us in this place of the ego's choosing, instead of deciding what the real truth is and giving a situation, even if giving it no meaning, and just say, I don't understand what I see. I don't understand any of this. I'm not going to judge it either way. And just stay neutral if you have to do that first, because that, again, could be the weakening of the self-imposed boundaries that you have, and letting them eventually dissolve, and you move outside this comfort zone you're in of perception. And you're able then to move out of that and become more harmonious and live in harmony with other people, and integrate better with other people. To not see them as the other, but the other side of self, which is very important right now. Right now, there's too much this and that, or the other, in play. And again, I don't think we started there as a people. I think that it was imposed on us by people with an agenda. And if you think about that for a while and meditate on that for a while, that should make you really angry that you've been, because we've all been manipulated in one way or another. And some of us have rejected it. Some of us have embraced it. The problem with embracing it is you're in that bubble that Carcer's talking about here, the bubble of self-imprisoned views, of keeping everybody else at bay, viewing everybody else as the other or the enemy when they're not. You see what I'm saying? We have to drop resistance to all of that and become whole again. That's where you have the card 0 with the Fool here. That's unity consciousness. We have to have a return to unity consciousness so that we can then take a new direction with the Fool together. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, I think that's all I have to say about this. I'm going to, when I write the reading notes up on the blog over at Stepping Aside for this reading, I'm going to just sort of consider it briefly from different angles, just sum it up. And I'm not going to write up everything. I haven't been doing that. I don't do that anymore. I used to, and it got to be, it's like I'm there all day. so, and I have other stuff I got to do on the end of the day. So my husband's like, "Are you done yet?" We got to go to the store, things like that. And so I just turned them into reading notes. And so, if you watch the video, you can always go back. By the time you see it, those will be up. And you can just go over to Stepping Aside at imsteppingaside.com, and it'll be right there in the beginning part of you might have to scroll down to see it, but I don't think I have a sticky in there right now where you see that and only that first. I think the reading will be the first thing you'll see. And just have that up on the screen while you watch, and then, or on your tablet or something, your iPad or whatever. And just kind of read along with it, and let it stimulate your own ideas about this, because I realize this is kind of a heavy subject, but I think that it's one that everybody is going to have to think about, no matter where they are in any of this right now, especially if this touches you in a societal way. But if there's something going on in your personal life, it just could be, it's time to maybe give what's happening a different meaning, or at least drop resistance to all meaning and just be neutral and come together in peace and harmony with the person that you're having an issue with, and then be ready to take that leap into something new together. So anyhow, that's it. Thanks for watching, and check out the blog again at Stepping Aside. At the web address again is imsteppingaside.com. If you forget, click on more. That's below the video, the word more, and it'll open up a box, and the web address is up there at the top. So if you forget, and look at the forecast when it comes out Sunday morning at the midnight hour. You don't have to do it then, but look at it Sunday so you get an idea of what's going to happening for the rest of the week. And then there's the correspondence for Work and Magic, if you're so inclined. Just some cheat sheets there to just kind of make everything balanced in what you're doing, or give a little more energy to one particular elemental influence or what have you. And you can see where everything is each day. So anyway, but thanks again for watching, and click subscribe if you haven't done that yet. I would love you to do that, and come back again on Monday for another edition of As Above, So Below. Oh, and Saturday's the full moon, so Yay. So anyway, be good to yourself, be good to one another, and blessed be.